I mean, it was weird because, well, like I've said before, there were three or four um, JFK clones. So the killing of everyone at the Apollo launch pad at the LSF. Yeah, it was called the LSF uh, launch pad, or LSF Apollo launch pad. Basically, they had killed some 34 or 64 people, everyone in the mission control room, and quite a few of the other people got killed. And like I said, they had covered it up, called it a terrorist, or like blamed it on somebody. And like, and a lot of the people, I believe there were conversations like, "There's no covering this up. We can't cover this up." Like that was like 34 or 64 people or something like that. Actually, someone might have said 300 people. I don't know. It was a lot of people, but it was but it was the USAF, because because it stood for U.S. Armored Force, basically Nixon's private little army, pretty much. And they had gone in and killed everyone at the Mission Control Building. And I don't know why they did it or what they wanted, but I don't know. But they killed everyone there, and it might have been anywhere from 120 to 300 people. I'm not exactly sure. 240 people, but anyway, one of them was someone was saying that we killed like so many people, or so many like 124 people. There's no covering this up, but still they tried and they kind of did cover it up. Anyway, though, like I said, the film had actually lied, or actually had sat untouched for quite a few years. I think somebody did eventually. No, that's right. I think they might have been salvaging something. I don't know. But one of the films actually was basically sat forgotten until like two or three lifetimes later, and that's when, or the next lifetime or something, and that's when they actually showed it to the public. So, like originally, I think the public knew about the launch, but they didn't know that there was a film with the launch. And so, like a whole lifetime or two lifetimes later, that's when they brought out the film and showed it to the public, and that's where it gets kind of funny and kind of interesting, because that JFK didn't even know about what the previous JFK had done, because the previous JFK had never told anyone. He had taken the secret to his grave. He had taken the secret to his grave. So this JFK brings out this film and shows it and acts like it was a current thing going on or something like that. Anyway, this is the way I think it went down. Anyway, he was saying because he wanted the public to support him to spend money, or because he wanted to take out a loan or something like that, and he wanted to get this money from the public. And so and instead of actually doing an actual moon mission or whatever, he was just going to fake it and just use information or whatever, or the film from my moon missions or whatever. So, it's like the perfect ploy, have a moon mission that doesn't actually happen, have a moon mission that actually already happened like 40 or 60 years before, but say it's a current moon mission. It's a great idea, because because I didn't even charge the public for the original, for my stuff. I mean, I just did it. So then JFK and Nixon, they're going to do this thing, or he wants to do this thing, but he doesn't know about how the launch control room all died. Like 2 control rooms died, or something like that. So he doesn't know about all the death that happened at the same time, because that other JFK took that secret to his grave. Anyway, so he releases the film, and basically he basically is uncanning all these worms. This whole giant huge cover up and whole giant huge secret was basically just lied buried all this time. And when he released that film and everything and did this thing, it started people wondering and asking questions, because they didn't see any contrails. There was no evidence of an actual launch of a missile, and everyone was like, "What's going on?" And yet, and they're broadcasting this over the radio, and everyone's like, "What? There's no, like, what did you just pull it out of your hat? Where'd you get like?" And Nixon's like, oh yeah, we built this thing, blah, 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 yeah, yeah, here's all the films, here's all the data on the building of it and everything. Because I had taken a lot of pictures of all my building, of it being built some 60 years before. So he was just using stock footage to make the public, he was just releasing the films being like, oh yeah, this is it being built, this is what's called. But if you went to go look at, find that place, there's nothing there except for tumbleweeds because it was abandoned. It lied abandoned some 60 or 100, 60 or 80 years, or 90 years since the missile launched. So, and in like 1960, JFK Nixon is like, we launched the missile, yeah, see all the people. And it's like, they're actually just using like photo matting and doing all this other stuff. If you're actually there in 1960, you would know, well, no. I mean, the space shuttle is the newest thing that I think we launched, and who knows actually even if that's real at some point. I'm pretty sure it's real because we did it like in 1970, 1990. The space shuttle is like 1970, 1990. So, and again, that's me again. I was funding it because I wanted to do it. But anyway, though, so yeah, but the actual Apollo moon missions, that was all some 80 years later, and the most that they could do is they're like, oh yeah, the helicopter is bringing them in now, and they would have him in a Slipstream trailer, and you could come up and kind of see them in the window, or you could see the Slipstream trailer sitting there. And that was their way of proving that there was a moon mission going on because there were people inside the trailer, supposedly. Anyway, it's a masterful lie, though. But anybody from 1950, 1960 could tell you there was no moon mission. Apollo launched some 80 years or 90 years before. There was no missiles or Apollo, like if you went to look at the site, if there is even a site, I have to look it up. If there is even a site, I think they supposedly demoed it or something like that, but it hadn't been used in some 120 years. It was only used once or twice. I don't even think there were that many. I think there was only 1 or 2 moon missions, actually. There were no 11 Apollo missions. Like, what were they doing? Nope. Anyway, it's all a big lie. I don't know how much. I think we did 4. Anyway, whatever. Because we took the car and everything. Anyway, though, but there wasn't. It was all. A lot of it was a lie. Not all of it, though. I mean, but those moon rocks are like some 90, 120 years old. But you can't really tell because they've been stored. So, and they're actually dusty. That's another thing. When they started looking at the moon rocks, they're like, these moon rocks are dusty. How can they be dusty if they are new? Anyway, the whole thing's all bullshit, basically. Just a bunch of embezzling and stuff.